Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about how to boost your population without upgrading your buildings. So when you start playing Simcity at the beginning, early on, you'll put through a tutorial and you're encouraged to upgrade your buildings as much as possible. And you get all these yellow helmets, and if you click on them you can see what you have to have to upgrade that building, and every time you upgrade the building you'll get an increase of population. Now that puts you up levels, and you might not want to go up too high in levels. Now I haven't tried to increase my level too much. I'm on level 48, been playing the game for 3 years, but I don't upgrade my buildings much. What I do is I look for other ways to boost my population without having to have too many buildings. So the first thing is, when you're starting out, is spread out your your buildings quite a lot. You know, you need to leave spaces for other items to go in. So when you first start, as you go up in the ranks, you'll need police, fire, and hospitals, and your population won't be happy. They won't be happy if you don't have those services at certain levels in the game. And so you can see here that I've got a police precinct. I bought the biggest one you could get, and it covers a large area. So if I didn't have that police, then these buildings go red and my happiness will drop significantly, and the amount of money that I have coming in would reduce. Now, other ways to increase your population are to ensure that you have all of the services such as power, water, sewage and waste. Now, if you don't, some of your houses will become empty. People will leave your city. So you need to make sure, as and when they're required, you get those. Another thing is roads. At some point early on, in like between level 20 and 30, you're encouraged to upgrade your cities as much as upgrade your roads as much as possible. And if you don't, then the buildings where the road is got lots of traffic, they could become empty, and people will leave the city as well. So those are just the basics, really. Making sure you've got police, fire and hospitals, you've got water, sewage and waste, and making sure you upgrade your roads. Now, if a road needs an upgrade where there isn't housing, don't upgrade it, because it only ever wants you to upgrade a maximum of 2 roads at a time. So if you can get 2 roads that don't have any houses or buildings, any residential that need updating, don't upgrade them, and then you'll never be asked to upgrade a road again. So then it saves you, because upgrading roads costs a fortune. Let me give you an example. So this road here, if I wanted to upgrade this bit of road here, it would cost me 12,000. Okay, that's a lot. I'd rather spend my money on other things. Now, other things is for happiness and increasing population are things like parks. So if I click on a building, you can see that they have the name of the family that live there, and then they'll have a comment: this landmark is spectacular. What else have we got? This landmark is spectacular. I'm lucky to live near a casino. And before you have any of those sorts of buildings in your city, it will be, I love living near a park. Okay. Now, the most important thing when you're first starting out is to make sure you've got plenty of parks in your city. And if you haven't, then save up and buy some, because the reality is every time you put a park in, it increases the population. So you're increasing your population, you're increasing the amount of taxes you can collect, but you're not upgrading and you're not leveling up. So look here, everything that's, I've selected parks, and every park, it tells you it's got a number above it. And that's the number of population increase it gives me by having that park there. So there's a park here, 4,400. That's how many more people live in my city because I have that park there. Now, when you look at the parks, you get a selection. They all cost different things. I find that I get a lot of special keys, platinum keys, and you can buy some really good ones. Now, as you look at these parks, you'll see that it boosts population by a certain percentage. 30%, that's not great. I mean, you want to try and get, so this park here, 40% increase of population around it. So that's a really good increase of population. I've got quite a few buildings that I haven't got in my city because I just haven't got enough room for them, that I've just collected over the years. Maybe I'll open up another region and put them in there somewhere. But parks are really important, and try and get the best parks that you can. When you do the contest of mayors and you earn items and things, you can get some really good items in there that like 60% boost of population. So what it's always worth doing is checking your city, taking out anything that's got a low percentage of population increase, and use the better ones that you win in your city if you're limited for space. Other things, so there's loads of different buildings that you can buy: landscape, education, transport, beach, entertainment, mountain, gambling, and landmarks. And have a good look through them, because some of them you can buy with cash, some of them you can buy with simoleons, and some of them you can buy with keys. So if you see here, I've put lots of water in my city because I quite like the way it looks. And every time I've put one in, it's cost me, like the small one's a key, the medium sized one is 40 cash, and the large ones is 60. Now, you can see here that I've put quite a lot in, and they will increase my population. Every one of those items has increased my population by a few hundred without having to upgrade my buildings. Other things is beach. You've got your beach. So here, if I select beach, you can see how many more people live in my city because of these items on my beach. Now, each item has an area that it covers, maybe 12 by 12 or 12 by 5. These ones here, you can see the size of the area. It's reaching all of those buildings back there. So 6,469 more people live in my city because of that one building. You've got they've got mountains at the back. So let's have a look at the back here. I've opened quite a lot, but I haven't filled it up too much. But you can get some really cool items for the mountain, and they will increase your population. Now, if you keep all your services at the back, then it doesn't touch as many buildings as you'd like. It might be a good idea for me to extend my city across and put my services in this back corner and have more houses at the back, and then my population will increase because those mountain buildings are touching those areas. And other ways to increase your population are epic buildings. So you can't really, I mean, it's difficult to do epic buildings. When I first started out, you only needed 10 to get a bronze, and I wish I'd done loads of epic buildings back then, but I didn't. So if I decided to do an epic building here, it's a beach specialisation. what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and show you. So here you get every beach building that you've got. Depending on how good the building is, will depend on how many points you get in your epic pursuit. Now, this epic building here that I'm going to try and create, you have to do get 40 points for a bronze one, and that speeds up your production on like making special items. You've got silver. It doesn't tell me how many you need for each one, but it's a lot. I think it's 200 to get a gold one. And if you do manage to upgrade your buildings to epic buildings, then the population, those buildings, they generally have a higher population. So if I show you this epic building here, this epic building here has got 11,449 people living in it, and this building next door has got 7,250. Now, this epic building might be affected by other buildings that add to its population, but they're very close together, those two buildings, and the epic building is just worth more. It's got more population, more people want to live in it. So if you can upgrade your epic buildings, your population will naturally increase as well. So there's loads and loads of ways to increase your population without upgrading your buildings. I'm going to start doing a bit of upgrading because I feel like I'm lagging behind on the level. There's lots of people that I've been playing against all this time who've got cities of 99 and I'm still sitting on 48. So I think I might do a little bit of upgrading over the next month or two, up my levels a bit and grow my city. I finish off these tiers here and open up the rest of my city. But yeah, so have a good look at them. Have a good look at each building that you're going to buy as well, and look at the way it boosts your city. This sleek casino will boost the population of its area 12 by 10 by 25%. But if I go up here and buy this Amiga casino, which is only 20 platinum keys, and you can get a lot of platinum keys when you win wars and things, will boost my city by 50%, and it's got an area 14 by 14. So I'd much rather save up for that one than use one of the small ones. And you've got to be careful because you won't have huge amounts of room to put things. Okay, so really focus on making sure you've got good parks, you've got really high earning buildings that are going to have a good boost on population. And when you get to the stage when you've got enough buildings on a specialization, so beach, look how many buildings I've got on beach, it will be easy for me to at least get 40 points to get an epic building. And that epic building will hold many more people in it than a standard building. So it takes a lot of time. You have to work at it to get this right and to really achieve high levels of people if you're not leveling up. But keep at it because it's fun. I think that's about it for now, really. I hope I haven't waffled too much, but thanks for listening, and I will see you again.